Howdy and hello, I'm OhDough. Hope you're doing good. I made a power surge build that can do 36,000 plus DPS consistently for a while. I want to plug my Twitch real quick at twitch.tv/OhDough. I also have a coin, it's 20 bucks, challenge coin, pretty nice. And use code OhDough at echovision.com for creatine, protein, pre-workouts, and what have you. Okay, on with the video. I mean, that's pretty decent, I would say. A mediocre build for sure. Perchance, we're rocking the recurve crossbow with bullseye adds vulnerability plus 8%, which does work even when swapping back to the main weapon, which is the soaker outsider. And to explain the crossbow, it gives us 30% crit rate when landing a weak spot hit. I'm blocking everything, brother. Gosh darn it. And the soaker, I'm trying a few things. There's 3 different modifiers that catch my eye, but right now, power surge status duration minus 50%. And power surge damage plus 20% seems to be pretty good. Less power surge duration, but more power surge damage in conjunction with more elemental damage, but no element or status attribute effect. It's important for later on. What is the DPS with no other bonuses? Waiting for my swap weapon bonus to go away. Begin firing. The bunny is going to come to grief me, guaranteed. 232,000 damage in one magazine. Now swapping the gloves to crit. Hello? Thank you. It has 8% extra elemental damage. We see that. Good stuff. Only change so far. What happens? That's a lot less damage, bro. Okay. I feel like I can't even swap out this. You could potentially use something different, such as the Shock Rampage, where you get more trigger chance, but dropping that damage does not make any sense to me. So if anything, I'd go back to Elemental Overload, which if it had element damage or status damage, it'd be an even more clear winner here. And we change the weapon mod to the thing I said earlier, which has element damage as well. Test 3, I believe. These freaking animals are blocking my shots. That is just an insurmountably lower number. So my main estimation here is rocking extra elemental damage is the play entirely. So this is still currently my goat. I want to try and get 8% on this. I need one that gives me element status and great 1 damage. I need that so bad. We're rocking the recurve crossbow with bullseye adds vulnerability plus 8%, which does work even when swapping back to the main weapon, which is the soaker outsider. And to explain the crossbow, it gives us 30% crit rate when landing a weak spot hit. I'm blocking everything, brother. Gosh darn it. And the soaker, I'm trying a few things. There's 3 different modifiers that catch my eye, but right now, power surge status duration minus 50% and power surge damage plus 20% seems to be pretty good. Long axe. If you heavy attack, you trigger Fortress Warfare. It just works, even if you miss things. And in there we have Shock Diffusion because I don't know why. Mayfly Goggles is our unique armor. You only have 1 of this armor type. Power Surge trigger count plus 1, power surge damage minus 30%. And the mod is range minus 25%, fire rate plus 10%, and status damage plus 20%. I wish it was elemental damage. That'd be so much better. Shelter or Mask. I have the Shelter Mask, chest, and pants, to be clear. And the Mask's Thunderclap. After triggering Power Surge 20 times, the next hit summons a Celestial Thunder Shock, damage of 200% PSI intensity. And it got some okay attributes. For the attributes, I'm looking for Elemental first, then Status, and then Great 1 damage, since it's mostly a boss killing build. And after that, Reload Speed's nice, or Mag Capacity's nice. If there's crit rate for these, I would love that, but I don't really see it too much. Heavy duty set, I got 2 of these pieces for the elemental damage. And the gloves, I got crit rate. I toggle between crit rate or rocking the extra status damage. It's still up in the air on what I like more. I think that the status damage or the elemental damage can give you a higher high, but the crit is more consistent. And I have a pretty good elemental bonus in this too. 6.4% purple. Nice. Heavy duty shoes. We got the covered advance. Taking no damage within 4 seconds grants 20% melee weapon and status damage for 30 seconds. I wish it was elemental again, but whatever. Even taking damage after you have the buff doesn't take it away. And 4 seconds of not taking damage, it's possible. You can manage that a little bit. And good thing I have elemental on this too for just more damage. Shelter top and pants both have the same thing essentially, which is flame resonance, status damage plus 12%. And they both have elemental. I did it on purpose. If they had elemental and status, damage would be huge because there's a status damage reduction. It means that you take less status damage. I'm looking for deeps, brother. In the cradle, we got steady hand, automatic weapon enhancement. Wait, steady hand. Triggering fortress, I get extra damage. Is a minor thing. It only lasts a few seconds, but it's kind of cool if you remember to do it with the axe. Automatic weapon enhancement, damage plus 20 when holding, in this case, rifles. Then we have first round blast. After reloading, you get more power surge damage for 4 seconds. You get some from this, but nothing crazy. It's still good to have, though, because nothing else is that crazy. Status enhancement. After hitting a weak spot, status damage plus 25% for 3 seconds. Huge. Weapon damage plus 25% when reloading or switching weapons. It happens every now and again. And after using a tactical item, damage against great ones, the bosses, increased by 25%. That's why I'm using Molotovs against bosses, just to min-max a bit. After triggering Power Surge, you get 25% more Power Surge damage. And finally, having it fight alongside grants damage plus 50% against deviants. I don't know if it affects all bosses. It may only work against legit deviants. And as far as my accessories go, I chose the muzzle hammer compensator for accuracy, stability. The purple reflex sight. I have the Lego, but I don't like the way the red dot looks. Not for me. The tactical laser sight for more accuracy when aiming down sights. And extended rifle mag for more ammo. And calibration is maxed out. I did that recently just to do it. And I also have the calibration addition to where my mag capacity is increased by 75%. Reload speed's reduced though. In a perfect world, I'd have extra crit rate and or elemental damage. If I had crit rate on this, I'd have 15% crit rate probably. Maybe almost 20 something. And that'd make this build even better. Shucks. I don't calibrate my weapons too much outside of my main one. So the crossbow's 4, the axe is 0. The gear's all max calibrated though for that PSI, son. It be what it be. And aside from that, I'm popping some potions here and there, some food buffs. I'll show you what I'm rocking down here. It's the whimsical potion and shellfish. One is super easy to make, and it's not the whimsical potion. So scrolling down, we see this. Use to gain 25% status damage bonus. I think popping in a bellflower and having a Chephosaurus Rex gives you even more bonus. It says dish bonus effect plus 10%. That's what I'm assuming here. And the Chephosaurus Rex gives you a 16% bonus as well. I'm being ganked by a gator. Interesting. I'm doing a video, sir. Shellfish. Hitting an enemy grants vulnerability plus 5% for 10 seconds. Does not stack. Still goated though, and it's super easy to make. One requires a deviant saffron, which is a whimsical. The shellfish is so free. And vulnerability just means that things take more damage. So here, you just eat shellfish, sugar, pure water. The hardest part is the sugar, but just pick up beets and make sugar. The breakdown of the build. You toss in a tactical item. Summon the dog. Switch to a crossbow. Hit a weak point. You could melee with the axe if you want. And then get the melon. Fun fact, the freaking polar jellyfish goes so crazy hard with this build. That's how you can one clip it with, or one mag with this weapon. The polar jellyfish. I'll show you just his overall damage in a moment. And just in case I get a banger power surge mod, I didn't. Jelly surge build. Take 1. I swap weapons. You saw that? Hit 50k, please. Probably won't. The jellyfish goes crazy, bro. The only downside is you can't hit bosses that are moving well. You can keep recasting it, sure. If you're fighting a bunch of mobs, change your shoe mod to Ruthless Reaper. Getting 2 kills refills your magazine by 100%, essentially. And I'm doing this one for the crit damage. Wait. Yeah, that's good enough. And if you don't have the blob to heal you, I'd change your chest mod, if you have it, to this. When HP is above 60%, a kill recovers 15% of lost HP. And I'll do reload speed. No, I want this one right there. And now we have a general farming build. Not much changed, which is good. Wait, I'm already in shambles. This is Operation Chiron, a pretty good event if you can do it all the way through. Can I get the heal regardless? Wait, it's healing me no matter what. I like that. So I don't have my buddy to help me out, but I do have the wolf, the dog that does big dam. In this event, you're always taking chip damage, so if you can heal yourself, that's a nice thing to have. And I never have to reload, so I'm always having crazy uptime, and I really won't get overrun too well or too easily. What helps out is folks build bases up there, and it triggers the mobs to chase them, which is good if you don't need the experience. If you do need the experience, it's a bit of a downside, because these guys give 40 or 30, which isn't crazy. Other mobs can give you 100 or 200 or something like that, but it adds up, especially if you're doing damage and killing them quickly. We're just firing away. And I did this event a lot. It goes way fast with people. Apparently no one's awake. In fact, it might not be worth doing it solo. The rewards are this. You get 22,000 energy links if you do the optionals. And the optional is not too crazy. It is a bit of a damage check if you're playing solo especially. All you have to do is kill the centaur that spawns, or the minotaur. Whatever the freaking, that thing, but a bit smaller, I believe. 3 times. And you only get 25 seconds. So you get 22,000 energy links if you kill all 3. You get some acid. You're getting speed the whole time. And I think you get around 4,000 to 6,000 experience if you do all 3 optionals. Now when you do 2 optionals out of 3, you get less. 1 out of 3, you get less. 0 out of 3. I'm not sure what you get, but it's not very much. I use this build since the game came out, essentially. I got this weapon pretty early on, and after I was done questing, I used this, because when I'm questing and killing random mobs when I'm lower level, I use bow. But as you get higher level, there's more mobs to face, they take more damage, and you'll be facing more elites that the bow doesn't quite doesn't quite keep up with. Still hoping they make a bow that's got cool stuff, and I mean the freaking recurve bow, not the crossbow. I'm a bow fan when it's the traditional recurve bow. Or compound, either one. I'm hoping to get some acid. Unstable bomber would be cool. Oh, here it is. This guy. In fact. I summoned the wolf to get more damage. That's 1 pillar down. Is it gonna end? Oh, we got 10 minutes. I sat there for a while trying to say words correctly, so I wasted time, unfortunately. But essentially for all builds, I would be rocking these 2 main modifiers. Maybe not main, but these 2 things to make questing and killing a bunch of mobs way easier. Reload on 2 kills, and then healing, which seems to be working no matter what. That heals nuts. Genuinely nuts, because I'm always freaking relying on blob. But blob means you get less damage. When you're rocking Bob the Blob, who heals and gives you back sanity, you just don't have much damage going. And for the sanity, if you have a keg, you can make a drink that prevents sanity going up or does something for sanity to help you for 30 minutes that never expires either. Or it never expires in your backpack, so you can have multiple and drink it whenever you need it. And I have a lot. I just put them in my fridge because they weigh a lot. It's like 10 pounds. I'm not trying to lose calories in this game. Otherwise, the weight may come in clutch. Because apparently folks are finding out when you walk around with a weighted vest, it does some stuff to your body. It's aside from just being more weight, you're moving more weight, sure. But it does something to the way your body interacts with that weight and how it understands. Like, oh, you gained weight? Okay, we gotta do something here or there. It's complex. I can't explain it. I didn't pay the most attention. But the main thing is walking around with like an extra 5-10 pounds could be beneficial for more than just the fact that you're moving more weight. Potentially. I should have paid more attention to what they said. This strafe is impeccable. Walking a straight line. How could I ever predict that? Okay, there's more folks here. We got homies. Be careful when the homies show up because they may not be killing the doppelganger. So be aware of how fast your progress is going. And if you have to, ditch your progress and go help them to make sure you kill doppelganger. The whole point of doing this is to kill the doppelganger and kill the cinnamon toast tar. Otherwise, you just wasted a ton of time. The more folks you have in the circle, the faster it goes, as far as I know. So if you have 4 or 5 dudes here, it goes really quickly. Especially if they're all just in one circle. And this is why having a heal on keel, is huge. The bomb guys are the most devious. I keep one reload. I'm not sure why. Roll away. Alright, I did mine. Having the dog take him out, so much damage. I didn't understand how crazy it was. There's these hidden buffs for certain deviations that I'm not fully aware of. The fire dino increases your fire damage by a lot. I go from hitting for maybe 3k for my fire dot to hitting for 4.3. Which the wolf does the same thing, but it increases all your damage, so it's kind of questionable on what you'd actually go for. Not sure. Increase all damage and fire damage, or just fire damage? Kind of hope they buff the fire dino. Make it to where my flame dot is hitting like a truck. Dude, that's so much damage. I don't even think it's triggering power surge too often either at the moment. Well, these guys are all dying before it can trigger. I can't build it up too easy. This guy also, I think he has the shrapnel build. Okay, guys, we gotta stop with all these notes on the loot, brother. So I didn't quite see what I got there, and my camera's in the wrong spot the whole time, but it's good loot. Just trust me on that. And the event's really easy with one other person that's decently geared. I did this at level 40, level 45 a lot before I even understood how to make my build good. I didn't know a lot of things until right now. There's a mod I didn't know existed. When triggering power surge, apply the power surge status to 1 enemies within 5 meters of the target. I don't think it's that good. Don't kill me, please. I'm testing something. Hello? It's all it does? It just makes him shocky? I do not think it's that good. I was expecting it to damage him. Instead, it just gave him a little static. Anyway, that's the video, perhaps. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.